Hello and welcome to no.gowild.
We've come out to the woods today to do a little bit of a video about how to dress when you're outdoor walking. It's quite a useful subject to talk about. It's something that we're just picking up on kind of over the last year or so, and recognising how important it is to your comfort and kind of well-being as you're outdoors.
So I'll be doing a demonstration today of what to wear, from base layer to the most outermost layer, which is the waterproof layer.
So we'll be talking a little bit about layering, what kind of things to look out for in each layer, and just keeping it quite simple like that. As you can probably hear, we've got lots of bird song today. We are just starting spring here in the UK.
Yay, finally spring.
Exactly, yeah. So there's lots of blossom out, lots of birds, some flowers emerging, it's lovely. We've also got aeroplanes above us as well, so apologies if we pick up any of those. We seem to be on a flight path where we are today, so it's one of the hazards of the UK really, isn't it, when you're outside filming, because there's not much space and lots of planes.
Yeah, so shall we get started?
Let's get started.
Let's get started.
So first up we have the base layer.
So this is a merino wool base layer. A base layer is worn directly on the skin to make sure that a person remains warm, but not too warm. So it's important with a base layer that synthetic fibres are worn, or natural wool fibres like merino wool, but definitely not cotton, because cotton can keep sweat next to the skin and make you feel cold.
Which can be quite dangerous in certain situations. If you're out overnight and you're in a wet cotton garment, you could increase your risk of hypothermia.
Which is lethal if untreated.
Yeah.
So, base layer.
Base layer. Next up we have the mid layer.
The mid layer is worn on top of the base layer. So this is a little bit more insulating, and it's there to keep the person warm. So it could be made from
kind of a mixture
of things. And the thickness can vary depending on the season. So some people wear hoodies. This is something I find really comfortable because it's light, but it has some insulation.
And as you can see on Nana's garment here, it's got thumb holes that you can just slip through, so it's almost like having kind of mini fingerless gloves. Keeps you a bit warmer on a sort of chilly spring day like this one.
I like that because it doesn't ride up my arms. It just remains where it's supposed to be.
Next up we have the insulating layer.
So this is an outer layer, potentially. This is made from
down, or potentially a synthetic insulating material.
Yes, so if it's a down jacket, it shouldn't be worn out in the rain. But if it's synthetic, it can be. This is not waterproof. It just keeps somebody warmer, and some of them are slightly windproof. It's a great layer to have, definitely keeps you warm, and squishes down really, really small in your bag if you want to.
As you can see from Nana's garment here, it's got a hood on this one, and that's quite a good thing to have on this layer as well, because obviously you can pull it up, keep your head warm, and that's that extra little bit of protection in the wind. This layer is the outer shell.
So this is a waterproof layer. This one is a hard shell, but you can also get a soft shell. This jacket is completely waterproof. It's made from Gore-Tex Pro, although you can also get Gore-Tex waterproof layers as well. As you can see, it's got a little zip to let in air under the armpits, and it's got a hood which is stiffened to make sure that no water goes in your eyes. This is potentially the most important layer and usually the most expensive one, so it's really important to keep dry to avoid getting cold or hypothermia. It's very snug, very light, very nice.
Yeah, as Nana says, it just serves to keep the water off all your other layers underneath as well, and hopefully retain a little bit extra warmth. Hats are, of course, a really important addition to any outfit outdoors.
I always carry a spare hat in my bag because you never know when you're going to need a hat. It's really good to keep your head warm because that's where you lose a lot of your heat.
These are glove liners.
You can wear them inside your gloves or on your fingers for mobility and extra warmth.
And over the top, gloves.
These ones are waterproof and windproof. Not very great for being able to be mobile or work compass or camera, but are very, very warm.
So these are hiking trousers.
They are great because they're lightweight and they're quick drying. If you'd like to be a little bit warmer, you can put a thermal layer underneath. Thermal layers can be a little bit expensive, so a top tip, get some tights, winter tights, cut off the toes, wear those. Couple of quid, does the job perfectly.
And I would say that goes for men and for women.
Absolutely.
Waterproof trousers.
Waterproof trousers are fantastic. They are worn on top of your hiking trousers and they have a zip which goes all the way down. That big zip allows you to put your waterproof trousers over your muddy boots, and that way you can keep the wind and the water out and remain completely dry underneath. Great feeling. There is a difference between showerproof and waterproof trousers. These are waterproof, so they are a bit more substantial than showerproof, and these are the ones to go for. The squish really is small as well.
So there we go, that's the basics of layering to stay warm and dry when you're out and about in the outdoors, on a walk or perhaps on a hike.
Yep, it's really important not to be caught out by rain or weather or wind, so always have your hat in springtime and sometime in summer, and being wet probably ruin your mood for a period of time, so waterproofs are really important.
It's always a good idea to pack extra layers as well, and also spares in case your original kit gets wet, so you're not caught out getting wet and cold if you're out and about.
Or if you sprain an ankle and you need to keep warm,
Yeah.
always have an extra layer.
So the other thing is, it's really important to kind of recognise that we've started doing this for a while now, and we've recognised how important it is to buy really good quality gear. Unfortunately, that's quite expensive at times, and you know, as we've spoken about in previous videos, it's important to look for deals, get discounts where you can. Buying second hand as well is really important, because obviously we're living in an age where everything's just thrown out after first use. So to buy second hand and keep good quality equipment, you know, it'll last you a lifetime potentially, and you can patch it up even with kind of something you've spent a lot of money on. It doesn't matter if you've patched it up, it just means it's been well loved and well used.
And it has a story.
Exactly. So, you know, it is important to invest in this equipment, but at the same time, if you don't want to spend money on it, if you're just getting started, you know, you can go to charity shops, you can buy second hand, you can just have whatever's in your wardrobe. But what's important is to kind of identify what layer does what, and to kind of use what you've got intelligently to keep you warm in the same way. So you don't have to spend the earth, but just think about what you're putting on before you go in.
And it's also really important that it's comfortable, so you can move about without it being restrictive, and it's fairly nice to be in, and you feel nice wearing it, and that's all that really matters when you go outside.
Exactly. And the bottom line is that you're outdoors and enjoying yourself and having those benefits for your mental well-being and your physical well-being.
And the tree behind doesn't care what I look like, only a bit of the birds. So at the end of the day, I'm here because I want to be out and enjoy the nature and enjoy being outside.
Yeah.
And so the clothes and the layers just allow me to do that.
And in that way, you know, it's potentially the most important equipment you can have. You know, a lot of people invest in, you know, all these other little technical bits and bobs, but actually it's just about the basics, sometimes the most important thing. So that is it for the basics of layering. If you've got any more questions or any tips or any thoughts of things that we've missed out on, please do just call us up on anything you feel that we've gotten wrong in this video or missed out that's important. Leave that in the comments below or feel free to get in touch with us. As always, it would be really great if you could like and subscribe this video. It just helps us continue doing what we love doing and hopefully give something back to you in the process.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.